Okay, we're standing in the Great Hall in Hutchinson Commons. This is a wonderful example of the university's embracing the many vicissitudes and ironies of collegiate Gothic architecture or neo-Gothic architecture. This hall is almost an exact replica of the Great Hall at Christ Church College, Oxford. If you look at this hall and compare the hall in Christ Church, it's kind of like, like, am I in Oxford or I am in Chicago? In some ways, that was the whole point of the exercise, was to create a university that would overnight signal its ambitions to become one of the great universities of the world, and to do so by drawing upon the aesthetic styles, aesthetic traditions of other older great universities of the world, so that the new would become like the old, but it would transform the old and become a newer kind of new. It's all the more ironic that if you look at the training or the education of the early faculty, the men and women who actually founded the university, to the extent that they had foreign or international training, it was usually from Germany or Austria. So in a way, you have this wonderful example of a German university by training and by educational tradition, housed in basically buildings that are meant to look like Oxford and Cambridge. And yet, out of the symbiosis, with a good dose of American ingenuity and kind of good Midwestern American hard work, came a rather unique university that was very different from the German universities on the one hand, or Oxford and Cambridge on the other, but that bore the claim to be worthy of the distinction that those institutions had achieved, and would go on to create new forms of distinction. This is a hall which is, many of you will remember, is a place where you can eat, you can dine, you can study, you can gossip with your friends. At some point you probably could have danced in here too, although now there's carpeting, so it would be a little hard to dance, I believe. But it's also a hall that has all of these portraits of former presidents of the university on the one side and former trustees or chairs of the trustees on the other. And so it's a kind of a place where the former leadership of the university at the highest echelons are celebrated and their contributions are honored. At the very end are three important figures. In the center is John D. Rockefeller, who was the founder of our university, provided the resources to found the university. To his left is William Rainey Harper, the first president of the University of Chicago, whose vision it was to create a great research university in the middle of the Midwest in America at a time when such a vision was seen by many to be highly implausible and improbable. And then to their right is Martin A. Ryerson, the first chairman of the Board of Trustees. I've talked about Ryerson already. It was his leadership, his relationship with both Harper and with Rockefeller that created the strong support in the city and strong support among the Board of Trustees for the educational and research ambitions of the University of Chicago. This is now a place that is a kind of venerable place that's filled with many ghosts, with many memories, and it's a place that I think when alums come back, they could probably want to visit the Harry Potter room in Harper Library, but they also want to visit this great room. It has a kind of dignity and a majesty that is quite amazing. They don't build rooms like this anymore, but we're really very privileged to have this great room on our campus.